Hi, it's Joan, and welcome to the last of the 7 parts of the course on how to make family-friendly raw cookies. Thank you so much for taking the time to learn about this. In this last section, I'd like to take a step back and provide some context around this topic. I know that with any nutrition choice, you've got a lot of information swirling around. I'd like to share a simple method that you can use to figure out what food is right for you. With this system, you can alleviate the frustration and you can feel grounded and confident in your food choices, whether that's deciding if and how to include raw cookies or anything else. The system I've developed to help people with this is called Food Freedom Naturally. It's based on the 6 principles of food freedom in the era of processed food. Times are different now. Food has changed more in the past 100 years than it had in the previous 10,000 years, so we need guidance to figure out how to maneuver this new reality. You can remember the 6 key principles by using this simple mnemonic, which reminds you, you are wise. U is for you. The first principle is that you are wise and you are the expert on your own body. Let's apply that principle to the topic of raw cookies. Ask yourself these questions. Do I feel good when I eat these? Are there some ingredients that don't work for me? Do I need to use fewer dates and more nuts? How do I feel if I eat 1 or 2, 3 or 4? If you research any food, you'll find some areas of consensus and some conflicting advice. So it's your responsibility to research and learn, but also to tune in and figure out what works for you. R is for reverence. The second principle is to treat food with reverence. How can you treat cookies with reverence? Well, some of us have adored cookies for a long time. But seriously, how can you take a step back and make eating part of your spiritual practice? Here are some questions to ask yourself. Do I thank everything and everyone that brought the ingredients to me? Do I know where the food comes from? Am I fully aware of these amazing gifts from nature? And do I eat slowly and mindfully? W is for why. First focus on why and how, and then what. What is the purpose of food? And what is the purpose of making cookies? The main purpose of food is for nourishment. Beyond that, it might be to show we care. By making raw cookies out of a few whole ingredients, we're doing our best to provide solid nourishment, not just entertainment that might be damaging the health of whoever's eating them. I is for industrialized food. The 4th principle is to understand modern food and food industry power. The simple act of making cookies yourself out of recognizable ingredients is a way to take a stand against the food industry practices. S is for self-mastery. The 5th principle is that self-mastery is required for healthy eating and food freedom. The reason I began making these was that they helped me stay off sugar. By being able to make raw cookies, I no longer have endless conversations in my head about cookies made with refined sugar and flour. These raw cookies help me control my eating, and I only need a couple to feel satisfied. But if these turn out to be addictive for you, well, then you'll have to experiment, maybe change some things up, or maybe give them up completely, but you'll have to decide for yourself. E is for everything and everyone. The 6th principle is that we are all connected and our food choices impact everything and everyone. I feel rejuvenated and refreshed when I make these, and I especially love making these with kids and empowering them to make their own creations. Using these simple ingredients that don't require tons of processing or energy, I feel that I'm doing something positive for my body and the planet. How do you feel? I hope that this little example helped you see how you can use these 6 principles to ground you and give you confidence in your food choices. If you'd like to know more about how this system can help you overcome struggles with food and reclaim the ability to control your weight, please visit foodfreedomnaturally.com to instantly access my free 1-hour training. I so appreciate you taking the time and your energy to learn about all of this with me. I hope you go out there and have some fun with it and share it with the others in your life. Now, go make some cookies.